Hey everybody, today is Monday, Kpro Cow Powwow, June 26th, 6 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. How's everybody doing?
If everybody's me, I'm great. Hi,
Yeah,
Mike. How you
uh,
doing?
I'm good. I hear you went on a little trip this weekend.
I did, and you know it, and I know it, and we know it, and now everybody knows it. So yeah, I went live from the Albuquerque airport yesterday. I was actually traveling on some personal stuff, and I won't say Albuquerque was exactly on the way back, but it was close enough. I asked Mike if I could take a little pit stop for a day and a half, and I decided to do so, and met up with some friends, and we're going to kind of just go over some odds and ends. There's not anything groundbreaking of the chase. So don't think there's going to be some huge breaking news. And, but it was fun enough and that's where we're kind of at right now. I think, when Forrest said the tourism went up by so much in Santa Fe over the chase, it's kind of like that because it's a cool little town. And unfortunately, I did quite a few videos and I turned them after I hit on, and they're literally upside down or sideways. So you're not going to see as much of my adventure as I wanted. But you're going to see a little bit. Is there a PowerPoint? No, there's not a PowerPoint, because there's a few videos I took, and I kind of also did a little like video diary along the way. So you guys are going to see that. I'm going to have Mike pause it on each one. There's like, I don't know, about 5 or 10 minutes on the collected works, but the only thing I really want to hone in on is Forrest books are even more in the corner and do not touch than they've ever been, which is kind of sad. But I found another little bookstore. I went to an estate sale. I met up with different people, and so it was just fun. So, okay, there's my long-winded answer, Mike. How are you, and how is your last few days?
I thought that was muted. Yeah, I'm good. Doing all right. Breaking news, everybody. We're going on our first live storage unit auction tomorrow. So that should be interesting. They're auctioning off like 70 units around Vegas. So we're going to go check it out. And will we get one? We'll see. Other than that, we got all kinds of magic boxes to open
Oh
back
my
here.
gosh, I go out of town for a couple days. I come back to just box after box after box. My
Look for
goodness
that.
gracious.
Well, the other ones are actually to play the game, but that's a whole separate thing. That's also an investment, though. But yeah, we'll have a video on that sometime this week. So we're still making a video a day in June, so we have 4 more days left. So I don't know what those 4 videos are going to be, but 4 more days because Saturday is July 1st.
Yeah, and I actually have one from Dpro and I gave to you, and I have a couple to kind of finish up. Thought I would be by the end of the month. Remember when we said we'd have some big announcement to put out? I don't think it's going to be far enough along for the end of the month, but we'll talk about that later, Mike, offline, and we'll.
You lied. Yeah, you lied.
You're the one who said it. You see, I don't like to say things up front, but go ahead. Okay, so
I don't even know what you're talking about. So
okay, so let's play the and are you yeah, I guess it's not off of YouTube. So all this is begins my journey. This is about 2 minutes long. Kind of tells you where I'm going and why I'm going there. So go ahead, Mike. And then stop it right after it changes to I think the first spot's collected works. I can't remember. But yeah.
Okay. It is Saturday, June something, June 23rd, I think, 24th. I am in Santa Fe. Had to do on a personal trip, and as I was heading back, have some people I wanted to meet and some, which I've never met before, so I'm super excited. And then I wanted to kind of have I don't think it'll be my very, very last, but kind of my last trip here for a while at least, until maybe there's an event or whatever ending or documentary or whatever. So I am heading, of course, every time I come, I always head to Collected Works. I always head to the gallery. That kind of brings back memories for me. And then I'm meeting up this afternoon and this evening with some people. And then tomorrow I will head to a couple more places and then I'm heading home. So just a quick day and a half trip, pigeon or on the tail end of my other trip. So it's kind of fun. It's awesome. I came in last night really late. My plane was delayed and my body just crashed. Those of you that don't know, I suffer from insomnia at times, and I've had about 2 to 3 weeks where I haven't been able to sleep. Almost, I shouldn't say at all, but my hours are off and things. So me crashing so early, it was 10:30, and then my body just woke up at 7 and went down for breakfast, and unfortunately the breakfast was almost all gone by 8 o'clock, and breakfast was supposed to be there till 10. But I did get a couple little things. I channeled my inner Cynthia and had peanut butter toast and fruit, and had a cup of coffee, which I rarely do. So I just feel chill today. I feel, I don't know, excited to be here. A little sad at the same time. Sad and happy. I don't know. This one's a little bit different for me, just because I don't know. I don't really have a distinct mission, if you will. A lot of times I come here for specific answers. I'm more exploring some friendships and just kind of playing it by ear. So I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours until my kind of official agenda begins this evening or this afternoon. Going to some new restaurants I've never been to. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about that as I go. So I don't know, I'm excited, but definitely memories. So no Meow Wolf this time. That was a couple trips ago. Santa Fe's a fun place. There's lots going on. There is a farmer's market and an artist's gallery or outside gallery or art exhibit. I may go to that if I have time. Not the farmer's market, but the art exhibit. It's like all the small artists of Santa Fe. And I think they do it like every other weekend. So I've looked at it a few times, but I've never gone, never had time. This time I may have some extra time. We'll see. So anyway, I'm heading up to Collected Works now. So I'm going to go, and it's an adventure. Bye.
Okay, that was a little bit long-winded, but I will say the Downtown Plaza was absolutely insane. It was the Gay Pride Parade. There was actually 2 different locations, I guess, in Santa Fe where they shut down streets. And then the main plaza area had some sort of Indian Heritage Festival of some sort. Everything was shut down. Everything was packed. I thought I would just kind of go sit in the plaza for a little bit. That did not happen. So I didn't visit any good restaurants in Santa Fe. Well, I can tell you, let's see if I can find the card. Harry's Roadhouse. I got to sit in the back and that's actually not on video. It was really good, really awesome. It was perfect because it has an outside area. I had never been there. It's well off the beaten path. It's like 10 miles outside of Santa Fe, but met up with some people there, and it was super, super awesome. So I will talk about the run-in with Shiloh in a minute. It was crazy. I did not know Shiloh was even in town. I was not planning to meet up with or bump into or anything with Shiloh, but Santa Fe's small, but we'll get to that in a second. So Kpros met with Carl and Shiloh and is going to be the narrator of the Forrest Fenn video official release. Oh, USA China. Let's not start. People get really worked up on these things. I'm not overplaying, downplaying anything. I'm just sharing what happened. So this part of the video is Collected Works, and I actually went all around Collected Works because a lot of people were interested in that. They have a little coffee shop and things. The only thing I want to show or really spend some time on, and it's probably about 3 or 4 minutes in, Mike. So because searchers were stealing books, they put the Forrest Fenn books on the top in the back behind the employees. And now they're not only up and back, but they're also integrated with other authors, which I don't know. I guess I'm a super fan, so I was kind of bummed about. They did have, and the one thing that I think is cool is the local authors and artists will actually sign a group of books and leave them at Collected Works. So like I picked up Mike, the new Douglas Preston book, and I went to the section that said signed, and they're already all signed by the author. And that was for a lot of the locals. I was actually looking for a Valerie Plame book. She's the CIA agent that was outed publicly, and then her journey based on that. She is a Santa Fe author, and they did not have her book, which really surprised me. They said they could order it, but I was like, no, I'm okay. So anyway, so that's the only part of this part of the video. I don't want you guys to have to walk through the entire thing. I did a whole thing, and maybe I'll publish this later, of just what Collected Works looks like, but definitely. And there was nothing signed there, but of any of the TTOTCs or anything. But Shiloh told Shannon and I and Cynthia like 2 years ago, it was like a day or two after Forrest had passed, that he went to Collected Works and bought anything that had Forrest's signature on it. I mean, it wasn't intentional that they didn't have anything signed out. They just didn't have anything from what I understand. So anyway, go ahead, play it, Mike. And I'll say fast forward, and there. It's towards the end of the Collected Works part. So this is like the area right across from the cafe. Zoom about 10, 15 seconds. I actually go through the whole bookstore because it is cool. There's like a local cookbook authors, which is kind of cool.
Did you see Dorothy there?
Dorothy was not there.
Oh.
When I was at the gallery, the Matucci's were there, which was amazing. I have not met them before. They were being so sweet. They were letting this little boy feed all the fish and the ducks, which was super cool. So this is all the map area and geography area. Fast forward. This gets into like, yeah, see, they have these little things that say signed copies, lots of different aspects. This is the postcards and greeting cards that they have, all by local authors, which is super cool. Okay, fast forward. This is like their main area where you first walk in. They have their like main books there. None Forrest. I did try to find if there was anything else on San Lazaro's, and there wasn't, which I thought was interesting. Okay, this is like the, oh, wait. Okay, this is the area right, keep going. This is the area right across from the salespeople and the cashier's desk. And I just looked at a bunch of books. I probably spent an hour or two in here. It was fun. Just, I don't know. I like exploring bookstores. So I always buy something just to make sure. Okay, so here is where like all the archaeology, and it's weird because there's also filmmaking and stuff, but Georgia O'Keeffe, all of like the local, some of the local artists and some of the local some of the stuff on Indian reservations, Taos, that kind of stuff is all here. So you can, oh, did you fast forward? Yeah, there's Georgia O'Keeffe. So don't fast forward through this part, Mike, because it's actually up here. This is about 4 feet up. But as you can see, when I start walking away from here, I have to pan up and you will see Forrest books. And I kind of pan in because this is the first time I've ever seen Forrest books with other people's books. So he doesn't even have his like own little section where you can't even reach it. And you have to call a cashier.
Now, did they do that after he died, or did they do that after the treasure hunt was over? I wonder.
No, I've been there several times. I always go and see Forrest books up there. They've always been all of Forrest books. So here's where I'm going to turn around, and you can see on the top shelf at the very top there, I zoom in.
Right.
That's where some of Forrest books and some not Forrest books are there, which I don't know. Maybe because I'm a super fan, I thought it was.
You didn't show where we did the drawing?
You didn't show what? Oh, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. So then this is the area that has Douglas Preston's books. So I go over to it because I actually already had it in my hand ready to go. Oh, man, I didn't do that. I'm sorry, Mike. That was our event that we met each other. So, yeah. So you walk over there, and that's, again, the cool part of that is they have signed ones already pre-ready and out there. And again, this is where I thought that you see Mike McGarrity's books here. They're on the lower left. This is the one that I got you, Mike. This is the Preston and Child book. I mean, I just
read the Pendergast novels. Those are pretty good. I've read a bunch of the early ones. I need to get back into that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the end of the collected works. So when I asked them about Valerie Plain's book, they're like, no, I don't have them. And they said they could order them and get there in a few days. You can close this now. This is the end. So, oh no, there's another part to it. So outside of collected work. So I asked them, what are your other bookstores that are in the area that could actually hold a local author's book? Crazy. And so they gave me two. It was Big Books and Garcia Books. So I went to Big Books, and Big Books was closed. They didn't open until I think noon, and it was just before noon. So then I went to Garcia's Books. So the next one is Garcia's Books. It is actually just behind. It actually shares a border with the gallery. And I went to the gallery for a couple hours as well. So it was really cool because I literally could park in one spot and go to both places. Yeah. Yeah, she was there. She's much older now, but super nice. And you're muted, Mike.
Nedra Matucci, she was there at the gallery.
Yeah, her and she was talking with some clients and things. I have a gentleman. He is so impressive. I won't say his name, but I have been in the gallery probably 10 times. I bought my first piece when I was in Santa Fe, a month or two ago. And you guys all know that my mom, I collect frogs because of my mom's collection. I walked in and he's like, hello there, and good to see you, etc. And I didn't even say my name. And he's like, frogs, right? Frogs. And I'm like, no way. Like, I bought a $300-$400 frog.
You remember?
But he remembered me, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I got to talk to him for a little bit, and he's just a super nice guy. But anyway, the next piece, unfortunately, the gallery, and then, okay. So I go to the gallery first. I spent some time there. And as I'm driving to Garcia's, there's a big sign that says estate sale this way. And I thought, ooh, cool. I didn't know if it was Forrest or whose. So I went and I spent some time in this house. It was actually a couple streets over from Forrest's house. And they had the coolest, just little things, tons of little knickknacks, but also big, huge items. It was like the size and value of Forrest's house. But I just picked up some knickknacks for the kids and Mike and everybody. And that was fun. But I want to show Garcia's because I come back to Garcia's and the weirdest thing happened. So I'm walking into Garcia's. I actually filmed it later because it was a weird situation. So this is Garcia's. Yes. So outside are all the used books. I didn't know that all the inside is new books. I didn't feel comfortable going inside because it's a little bit filming inside. Okay, now stop. So I'm just going to let the film go, or the video play with the sound on, and then I'll tell you what happened. Because what happens when you're in a little off the wall used bookstore? But hi, Shiloh. Go ahead, Mike. You play it. I have been trying to find a book, a local book by Valerie. And I was at the used bookstore. Collected Works didn't have it. And there's Shiloh. I happened to be on the phone. He was leaving. I was coming. I'm like,
in that bookstore,
he bumped me and he said, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, hey!" By the time we got to say our hellos, and I don't know. It was just, yeah. So
he's obviously having you followed.
Anyway, I'm heading to another couple of places, but that's just what happens in Santa Fe. It's a small town, but it's like a weird coincidence because it's a little used bookstore like off the main plaza. I would have thought Collected Works is where I would bump into them, but anyway, I'm headed to comic book store for Mike. So anyway, I just think it's funny. Pause it. At the end of that. Yeah, so super odd, strange. I didn't actually even notice Shiloh there. I was walking up, I was looking for the used book, and like used bookstores, they just pile stuff up. So I was looking through all of them. They ended up not having it, but yeah, I kind of get bumped, and I'm like, hey, oh, hi, Shiloh. And he was with his girlfriend. He had a book in hand. We did we did hellos, how you doings, and all that. And then, it was such a weird, odd coincidence. I didn't even think he was in town. I thought he was traveling or something. I don't know. I didn't let him know I was coming beforehand, because why would I? And so it was really funny. It's just such a weird coincidence that, I probably know a dozen people in Santa Fe, and half of them I met up with on this trip, and like one that I didn't have on the agenda for it. I don't know. It was just funny.
No picture with Shiloh?
No. It was literally just a, hey, how's it going? And he was on his way. He'd already gone. I don't know what book he had in his hand, guys. I'm not a soccer type. So he was going, I was going. I told him, hey, have a good day. And I did text him afterwards, and I'm like, I didn't even know you're in town. I'm so sorry. If you did, I could try to make some time tomorrow if you wanted to say hi for a coffee. And he said, you're stalking me, aren't you? And I said, I was going to ask you, you found me. And we just joked a little bit. It was totally nothing but the weirdest. I don't know. That was I actually wanted to capture myself on video, because I was just like, oh my gosh, like how it was just weird. Thank you. Weird. So
I think people think you're making it up.
Okay, everyone, let's message Shiloh and see and confirm, and then we'll have to see copies of the text. Come on, it's silly sauce. Okay, so I always try to go to a comic book store, and I'd never been to the one in Santa Fe. They'd been around. I didn't actually film. I should have filmed inside, but Mike didn't want any comic books. But look what I found. Go ahead, Mike, hit play.
And I'm sorry, I was on the phone, Shiloh. We got to say hi, but we didn't get a chat. So anyway, it's a funny place. It's a funny world. He looked great. I think he was with his girlfriend, and we waved, and yeah, funny times. Bye. Okay. Look what I found at the comic book store.
One ring to rule them all.
I go to a comic book store where I travel anywhere. And oddly, Mike didn't want any comic books. He is so into these magic packs. He's bought tons of them, probably too many. And he's like, open them. And I'm like, no. Maybe I'll open them. Maybe I will later. I don't know. I'm going to see where it goes. But it was a fun little comic book place. And then they have a second room. That's for all the gaming stuff. So all the cards and Pokemons and figures and all that kind of stuff. So the owner was really nice. His name was Kevin. He was on the comic book side. And he's really into the comics. He's a little weary of the kind of commercialization or the, trying to get into this collectible side. But of course, the collectible side guys, he didn't say anything about the comics, but he was really into, which cards and, how does all that work? And he was really nice. I didn't get his name, younger kid. He was maybe 20, 25. Felt like a kid to me. Got a 16-year-old. So anyway, it was super fun. Thank you I should have taken some video in there. It was pretty awesome. So they've been around a couple years. I think the first time I came to Santa Fe was in 2016 or 17, and I hadn't met Mike yet, so I never looked into the comic book. He said he's only been around a couple years. So anyway, it was cool. Bye.
Okay,
all right.
Stop there. And then I come home to more magic cards than ever. I opened those last night because Mike's like, open them. We're going to have the biggest. So I think it was because I asked. I would have taken either of Valerie's books. She has one called Fair Game and then one called Blowback. And one, I believe that Fair Game was about her being outed. And then the one on Blowback was she had a documentary after her and all of that after the fact. I know she was a friend with Forrest. We were actually, when we were working on the documentary way back where we got Douglas Preston, we were trying to get Valerie and a few others in Santa Fe. That part didn't work out after the initial kind of interviews, but so I knew they knew each other in Santa Fe. So anyway, so that was so that evening or late afternoon, I met with a searcher. His name is Dan. Dan is somebody who is up on Thor, and I want to say thank you. He was so gracious. Not only did we have, we went to Harry's Roadhouse and had a great dinner. He was what I consider, and I'm saying this, so hopefully it doesn't offend anybody. I think he was a friend of Forrest. Not before the hunt, but he's a collector of rare books and really amazing books. And he did invite me into his home because he met up with Forrest all the way until March of 2020. And he bought quite a few items. He's like a real collector. Like I have some books in a collection. He's like a collector. He was so gracious. He did allow me to, he bought a lot, I shouldn't say a lot, but a number of Forrest's personal collection from him, which is pretty amazing. And a lot of Forrest books actually had writings of Forrest or pictures of Forrest and Peggy in them, or original photographs, or he had a lot of the collector's limited edition of like TTOTC. He had the Artie book. There's so many. And so I'm trying to put that together. Yeah, like actual photographs that were inside, or they were stuck onto the front. They had personal messages. It was amazing. He let me video all of it. Or all of the pieces that he was willing to show. I mean, there were so many, I could have been there all day. So I wanted to thank him, but no, not Dan Nunn, another Dan. I don't know. I know Dan's in his name on Thor. He actually was posting up on Thor a lot of his like last 6 months with Forrest and a lot of messages. Like Forrest talked to him. I think one of his last postings on Thor was about Forrest going over in October which scrapbooks he was going to be dumping, and he had like a little post-it note with Forrest scratches about which ones he was going to do. So I'm putting that video together for next Monday. It needs to be kind of its own thing because it is so cool. So there you have it. There, I don't think there's anything else. That's the end of the video, right?
Yeah, that was the end of the video.
Okay.
Yeah, and people are like, "Why are you yawning?" Yeah, I'm just tired. I don't know why. We had dinner. Usually I take a nap after work, but I didn't today. And we got to be up early tomorrow to make this storage unit auction at 8 a.m. So definitely be getting some sleep tonight is the plan. Yeah. So that's cool. Well, that sounds like you had a good trip to Santa Fe.
Yeah, I got to meet up with Dan, his lovely wife, and then meet up with some other friends. And then by Sunday afternoon, poof. And I actually met a person at the airport. You know who you are. And she now is a subscriber, and she said she was going to watch tonight, and she does some pretty amazing nonprofit work. And I'm really interested in working with her. I might be doing something with her. She was amazing. So you know who you are. We'll be in touch. So you always meet people no matter where you're at. Like I sat down on Saturday night and next to some locals and just started chit chatting. You would be amazed how small Santa Fe is. And I will say things that we might be really trying to find, what's happening with the, all the stuff happening. There's a lot of locals that just have like local knowledge, which is pretty amazing that, they kind of keep an eye out on which authors are going to be coming out with what soon. And, there's lots of talk on the town, which was super interesting to see. And it's all rumors, so why even repeat it? But it was fun. It was fun. So, and thank you, Mike, for manning the ship with all the kiddos and crazy. And I was home by Sunday night.
And there it is. Yeah, I said we had to be there at 8 a.m., which means we got to get up at like 6:30. Okay, so if you guys don't know, we're making a video every day in June. We have a playlist that shows every video in order. I just put it in the chat. So you click on that link, it'll play all the videos that we've made, all 26 videos that we've made in June. Some of them are for you. Some of them are for us. Some of them are for treasure hunt. Some of them are on other things. But we're going to go to the storage unit auction tomorrow, and it'll be interesting to film that and see how it goes. Will we buy a unit? Maybe. It depends what's in these units. The other thing is a lot of people have subscribed, which we appreciate, but we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So I'll just share this. This is a little site called socialblade.com. Let's see how we've been doing. Put in the old YouTube channel. So we have a C+. This is the rank, subscriber rank. We're way down there, of course. But if you go to live subscriber count, don't know what that is. That's an ad. There it is. We're at 4520, everybody. And this is actually real time. So if somebody was to hit the subscribe button right now, this will go up by 1. It's actually a real time count, which is kind of cool. So if somebody wants to do it, we'll just sit here and wait until somebody subscribes.
It'll actually update, or do you have to hit refresh?
Oh, no, it'll update. See this thing moving on the bottom? That's an update. The time is updated every 10 seconds, I think.
Okay, somebody has to do it even if you unsubscribe. You have to do
you can unsubscribe and then subscribe. That's true. If you unsubscribe, it'll go down. So it's kind of cool. So 4,520 people over the last, 7 years or whatever have hit subscribe. So that's pretty cool. So we've got another 480 to go, Kpro, to hit 5,000.
There you go. See, math isn't that hard. Come on, Cowlazars. I just unsubbed. Crump just unsubbed to see what would happen.
Well, let's see if it updates or not. It should. They say when you hit 5,000, the old YouTube algorithm, magical things happen. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see. Okay, so I don't know what videos we're going to do over the next 4 days, but we'll figure it out.
Well, I know that I did my birthday. I went axe throwing with Kpros. And you guys are going to see that. It's actually, for as much as people say, so I only have like 18 subscribers as well. Anyway, so I need to not watch the chat. Oh, so you guys are going to see that. And this is just really cool if you do have a teenager. I went during the day. At night, it kind of becomes a bar-y area, or more adult-ish. They do let kids in, but I went like early evening with Kpros, and it was super fun. And he kicked my butt, and he got a pretty good prize at the end of it. But so you guys will definitely see that one. We are going to do the Vegas scavenger hunt results. Lorraine has been asking, but a couple of other people have asked me. So yes, that as well. See, it's a fake site, Mike. We had people unsub.
It used to work. I remember watching it back in the day, and it would go up. So I don't know. I haven't been on it in a long time. So, oh, look, honey, they're showing magic cards over here on eBay. I wonder why that popped up. Because I've been looking at magic cards on eBay.
No more. This is out of control. So, and I do think that we need to do what we did on the last one, and you have the card and I look it up, or no. I open the card and you look it up. And that was actually kind of fun because out of I said 90 times 60 was 900. And I'm like, no. We have like 1,000 cards. So we should get one that's of some value, right? Hit refresh just to.
Thanks, Jeremy. He said he just subscribed.
Well, that's probably what's happening is Crump unsubscribed, then Jeremy subscribed. So they're canceling each other out. So.
No, it's supposed to go up and down. Well, let's see, because these people are saying they subscribe. Well, I can't go unsubscribe. You go unsubscribe, Kpros. See if it works or not. I don't know if you have it up or not. Anyway, it's not a big deal. But I will say this. See how they put this ad up there, right? So I've heard a couple of people are complaining on Thor about the ads that pop up. Well, guess what, everybody? The ad is based on your search history. We don't insert specific ads, just like this put up something on my search history, which is magic. So anyway.
And I've had this happen 2 or 3 times because one guy was like, why is Kpros so into porn? Look at my ads, and did a screen capture. And I said, I don't pick them. It's based on your Google history. And they lost their mind. They're like, nope, that you're trying to say I'm into porn because porn came up. And I said, I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you, I have nothing to do with it at all. Mine actually comes up for Ashley's Furniture, which I used to have
Ashley's Furniture.
Yeah, well, all the time, which is weird.
Why do you want Treasure Warriors Furniture? Oh.
Yeah. No, that used to actually, the people that own that, it used to be a donor of mine. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. Cowlazars, have you seen Nick Sparrow's treasure hunt?
The book arrives tomorrow. So yes, I have, and I've ordered it. So I've been talking to Nick a little bit. So that one will be interesting. It is a graphic novel, has to do with aliens and mankind, my kind of story. We'll see what the puzzles are. I'll give you guys a preview once I have some time to read it.
But okay, I watched the preview. Does it look a little dark to you?
Well, that one trailer they did was weird. It just depends how the book is. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Now they're counting yawns for hints, honey. Honey, you can't yawn when we're talking about me going to Santa Fe.
It's Morse code, everybody. Just figure it out. Who's going to see Indiana Jones this weekend? I'm dragging Kpro to the movie theater.
No, don't say that. This is the first time I have said I want to go. So I don't like the movie theater. I feel like I'm okay watching some TV now and then. No, we're definitely going. I actually want to go Thursday. They have tickets still, and I'm gonna let Mike handle it. But I was thinking Thursday, but actually, Dpro is having his MRI on an MRA on Thursday, so that won't work. But maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's going on, everybody. I was looking at shoes and see ads on different places. Yeah, I mean, who knows how it works? But the point is, on Thor, we don't put an ad for so and so, but we don't put any ads. It's just automatic. Google does all that stuff. It's an algorithm, and they figure it all out. So nice.
So I get shoe ads because I go boots on the ground. Whatever your search is, I don't even know how they do it. If it's search history or page history or whatever, I don't know. Ask Google. Google mans all that. Yeah. So there we go.
Could be. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Could be though. Okay, Black Lotus. I'd explained what Black Lotus was to Kpro today, just a couple hours ago. And I said maybe we'll find one in a storage unit tomorrow. You just never know.
Well, I trust Packer Jack because he is never ornery, sarcastic, or funny with his questions. I knew he was serious. And he posted that on Facebook. And I was like, is that one that we're going to be able to find? And Mike's like, no. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. And so, yeah, I had to have a whole situation and conversation. Or I've had more conversation around this than I care. You know what, though? If we get some big ticket item, big ticket on one of these damn things, I will give a shout out. If you are in Santa Fe and you want to get some magic cards, when I went in, I said, wait, these are going at the old price. Like the packs were going for $40 and they're going for like $55 now on the like wholesalers. And he's like, yeah, but the owner does not want to take advantage. So he's getting a little bit of a profit because that's okay, guys. That's called capitalism. But he doesn't want to like price gouge because it's taken off. And so there was a little kid in there and he was opening it and he was so excited. His had a serial number on it. So that has to be good, right? So anyway, it was pretty cool. So I give a shout out to, it's the only comic book store in town. I forget the name of it. But go and see them because when somebody can make more money and they don't, I think that's pretty cool that they're like, no, we'll just want to make a reasonable profit, but not like price gouge because these things are out of control right now. So there you go.
Well, let's take a look, Kpro. So this is the booster pack here on eBay. This right here, what we have. And let's see which they've been selling for. We go down here to sold. So that's a box, which we have over there for collector booster box, 15 card, one pack. Oh, one pack. So it's funny. They show the box, but they're only selling one pack. So anyway, yeah, there's just different ways. There it is. One sold for $43.99. You paid $40, Kpro?
$39.99
at the comic book store. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, not too crazy prices then. Here's one for $47.66. Here's one for $40.
Yeah, but how much are they on whatever site? It's like there's
TCG player. Yeah, I'd have to look and see.
Okay.
Here's 6 boxes for $475. Yeah, the prices have gotten a little crazy, but yeah, we'll see. We'll make a video on all of it. We'll try and explain how it works, and we'll go through some packs. And who knows? There's a $2 million card everybody's trying to find. Some knucklehead in Brazil claimed he found it, and it was fake. He photoshopped it. So anyway.
Ooh, maybe we should bring up the auction site on fake. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's right. David Crump, how dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay. All right. I think that's it. The trip to Santa Fe. We've got the magic cards. We're doing the storage auction tomorrow. We're doing it. We're getting it done. Will we buy a unit? Will there be magic cards in it? All these questions and more. So you got to subscribe. You got a thumbs up. And
I'm so glad to hear that most of these are outside storage units. And it's going to be the first 100-degree day tomorrow in Vegas. Yay.
Bring some sunscreen and some water and a hat. And yeah. And that's why I'm wondering if a lot of people are going to show up or not too many people are going to show up. We may buy 10 units tomorrow. You never know. Look on her face.
Okay. I can tell you, I would bet you $1,000, Mike, we're not buying 10 units tomorrow.
Well, 5x5s, we could get a couple. Well, see, here's the problem. If we buy one early, then do we even go to all the rest of them? Because what if you're missing out on that big unit that's full of comic books?
You know what though? It only takes you seeing one comic book, and you're gonna go crazy. And then we're gonna. What did I do this morning? I cleared the garage out because I have
You
a
did.
feeling. Yeah,
And you broke a skull. That's true.
I'm glad it cut out when you said that.
Why?
Because I'm very sad. I broke something and it was very important to me. You know what? I may do a video on. I had some friends give me some stuff over time from Yellowstone, up in West Yellowstone, and I've been hesitant to show all of it because of jerks of the chase. I don't care because it's my stuff.
Show it.
I think I might show all of it, but one of them was this big buffalo or bison skull, and it broke.
Well, as soon as you brought that stuff into our garage is when that ghost showed up. You guys see our ghost video? That thing floated through the air. As soon as she put that stuff in the garage that night, or actually the next day, that's when it showed up. So who knows? Who knows what it is? Are we going to set up a small Las Vegas searcher meetup for you end of summer? I'm up for it. Yeah. What do you think, Kpros?
I don't know. It would depend on if there was a reason to have all of that come together. And
but what if there is no reason? What if it's just we want to get together and have fun? Wouldn't that be cool too?
I think a lot of the people that we have that come to Vegas for WSOF, a lot of them save up for the whole year to come because Vegas is expensive. So I think there could be like a mini, like you say, but I don't know. Yeah, sure. If you guys want to plan it, it takes a lot of planning. So yeah, you guys can go for it.
There it is, happy hour. Okay, everybody, that's it. Forrest Fenn treasure found. Kpro went to Santa Fe, had fun. Again, we'll always go live if there's any news, like real news, but we'll usually save it for Mondays. But yeah, we got 4 more videos to make, 4 more days in a row. So tune in. You never know what we're going to upload. Who knows what we're going to find.
And we have lawsuit updates that are still. I will check in with, let's see. Oh, today's Monday. I will check in on all the lawsuits maybe before Thursday show and just give lawsuit updates. I have heard from one of the documentarians and I'm trying to see what I'm able to say and what they're okay with saying and stuff. So as soon as I have that and able to put out, there was a couple people with like, Fenn collection or Fenn something that they want to share some things. So we're working on that, but it's, slower going until we have whatever this epic ending is. So, but Netflix is still full steam ahead doing, I hear great things. They're getting expanded because the writer's strike has halted other projects. So they're getting more episodes or whatever. Again, it's just, I think it's pretty amazing. So, yeah. I'm not. Okay. If I rule out one person, then it makes it obvious that it's others. So I don't know. Haven't heard from Olive Jar Guy. That's been its own interesting thing. We had Justin pop up talking about he's going to come out soon. He just has to wait till the LLC is dissolved. If he was the LLC, he needs to wait for it to dissolve. It should be any time now for that. So there's lots of, I won't say little things, but there's lots of things that are a brewing that are coming out. I don't know, sooner or later. I'm thinking in the next less than 6 months, especially lawsuit updates. We should have some updates pretty quick, hopefully saying done. That's what I'm hoping.
Are you excited about storage units tomorrow, Kpro?
No, I should say it this way. I'm excited for a new experience, especially to see how it differs from the online one. I'm a little concerned, especially because I think you're bringing a friend. You're going to get carried away. And I think it's going to be first unit. We're going to probably buy it. And then you're going to no, we got to keep going. And
it depends what's in the unit. I mean, if it's good, it's good. And the friend, some of but I'll wait, see if he wants to be in the video or not tomorrow. I'll give you a reason to be excited. Check this out, bro. Charles Chapman sent me this. So shout out to Charles Chapman. Biggest storage unit find ever, $7.5 million in cash. If you read this article, It wasn't on Storage Wars, but this guy, Dan Dotson, was the auctioneer. There was a big safe. Guy bought the unit for $500, cracks open the safe. There's $7.5 million in cash in the safe. Well, obviously, the owner of the unit who lost it contacted a lawyer and contacted him, offered him 600 grand to give 7.5 million back. Of course, they said no. Upped it to 1.2 million. And they took it. They took the 1.2 million and gave them the 7.5 million back in cash. Can you imagine? Now you got to imagine, why does somebody have 7.5 million in a storage unit? There's something shaky going on with that money, right? I'm not saying it's illegal, but I don't know, something shaky. He could have kept it. I mean, when you buy something from a storage auction, it's yours legally. It went up for auction, but for whatever reason, this family gave it back to them for 1.2 million. So get excited, Kpro. If we see us, what if we find a unit with a big safe? I mean, it's probably going to go up there.
We gotta get it. We gotta get it. But that's the ones that everybody, and that's where it goes whoop, 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 and takes
everybody.
Off.
That's why it all depends on how many people show up. If there's 50 people, we're probably not going to get a unit. If there's 8 people because it's 100 degrees out, maybe we'll get lucky. So we'll see. I'm going to try and record each unit, you know, and like show you guys, make a video and put it all together. And then you guys decide. And then maybe we won't tell them which one we bid on and let them figure it out.
Well, and that's what I think would be fun, is just knowing how the experience differs. We've done lean units, which means somebody gets behind and they lock it so they aren't able to get in and like do. And then you have what's called like either manager specials where they take a bunch of stuff, or a private seller, which means I still have access to it, but I know I'm going to lose it. So between those, we've learned which ones work better for us and which ones don't. We have done a 10 by 20. We've done a 5 by 5. My gosh, 5 by 5, please, 5 by 5. Here's what I'm going to, God, if you're listening to me, anything that's over a 5 by 5, make it dusty clothes that Mike won't even look at. Please make the comic book one 5 by 5 only, please. Please. And Funko Pops. Don't put a Funko Pop in the back of a 10 by 20 and it's all other crap. Please. Okay.
So, David, my guess, and this is just a guess, is that that person was in jail. You know what I mean? Like, why can't you get to a unit that has 7.5 million in it? Because you're locked up and because it's probably drug money. And you can't trust somebody to go get it for you. So, yeah, it's just a guess on my part. But, yeah, who puts 7 million in a storage unit? Come on.
Yeah, but anything that's stolen and all that, like we have all the disclaimers. You'd have to return anyway.
Say that again. What?
I thought if there's anything stolen in there that we find or personal, they have to be returned. So
somebody has to prove it that it's stolen. So yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, if there's anything that the police find out about, for sure. So anyway, we'll see. If there is a safe, it'll be interesting to see. And the other thing is we can tell you how high these units go for. We don't have to buy them, but we can show you the picture and go, how high do you think it went? And then we'll tell you. I'll take notes and say they paid $800 for this, or somebody got this for $20. You know, I think these people own secondhand thrift stores, and this is where they get all their inventory, all the furniture and all the clothes and all that. So it's probably lucrative if you want to put the time and money into it, but 100-degree weather is just rough out there to do.
Well, remember last year we had Depot and we got a couple guys from front of Home Depot. That was the most miserable day. It was like 110. It was the most awful.
I gave them extra money. They busted their butt. There were 3 people loading up a U-Haul for us, and I helped. We both helped. All of us helped, but it was bad. That was like a 110-degree day.
Yeah, that one guy, he deserved everyone's money because he was so fast. He was like a little guy, but he had a back brace thing and he was just chugging. It was awesome.
He used to move furniture. He knew how to pack it. They packed that thing within an inch. So we're definitely not getting a unit that big. Well, if we can help it, because yeah, that's too much. Our whole backyard was full of that crap. Remember the high heel chair? That was one of them. The high heel chair. If anybody remembers.
Yeah,
that.
And then it rained, so then it made it all mucky, and then the wind came and put it all in our pool. So yeah, and that's the only thing I'm putting in my head is, Mike, when I say like I could see us getting 2 units. Here's what I've told Mike: if it doesn't fit in our garage, we have to get a storage unit for the storage unit. And I think that's fair.
In our own storage unit. That's fair. And then take our time to go through it. That's fair. Okay, that's it, everybody. I just watched the mule. Remember, you probably weren't watching, but this was on TV. Yeah, we'll see. That's all right.
Is that with Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
I need to know how that ends because they're throwing more money, and then here's some popcorn, and I don't know what happened, and I'm worried now.
All right, everybody, that's what we're doing tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow? Email kpro3@aol.com and let her know. Thanks for tuning in. Again, 4 more videos. One of them is going to be the storage unit video. Maybe one of them will be the Beacon Star. One of them is going to be the Magic. And you know what? We don't have to stop. We can keep making a video anytime we want because it's our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe. And yeah, And when the Netflix doc comes out, you'll hear it here first. You'll see the trailer here first. And we're going to watch it and critique it and tear it apart. And you guys know what we do as searchers, what we do. So when that comes out next year, we'll be all over it. Say bye, Kpro.
Bye, Kpro. Bye.
All right. I can't play it anymore because she does that. All right. See you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.